Mike, I think you better let it go, homeboy. Let go of Melissa. Melissa's not going to listen. She about as stubborn as you. You don't listen either. When people try to tell you stuff, you ain't no better. At the end of the day, both of y'all don't listen. Everybody told you to leave Melissa alone, that Melissa and J-Mo ain't never going to leave each other alone. And you and Ernestine think y'all can change these people. You cannot change these two. Let them two be together. And like I said, Mike, I'm not mad at you because you see what the problem is. Her mother. You see the problem. You got to get Melissa away from her family. That's the only way Melissa is going to change. And I love Nikki because Nikki is realizing that as well, that her mother is the problem. And you're going to have to get her away from her mama in order for Melissa to do anything. As long as she's influenced by her mama, her uncle, and the rest of them people, she going to continue to do the same thing. And you're going to be dragged right along. And then the fact that you got stopped by the police officer and you could have went to jail again. Bro, you remember that's how you went to jail the first time was all them drugs in the car. When Ralphie put all them drugs and you took the truck and you ended up going to jail. Do you want to go back? The crazy part and what's even worse is the fact that when J-Mo and you talk, he don't care. He don't care about Melissa ending up in jail. And the whole time that Ernestine is gone, he gonna end up doing something he ain't got no business doing. But I believe that her and Trey gonna end up getting caught because, again, he gonna end up showing up. He gonna get somebody to take care of it, and he gonna end up going to Vegas, and she gonna be screwed. Like I said, the best thing you should have did was just tell Trey not to go, and just told Trey to go ahead and ask your homegirl to come, and that way it'll be more, whatever. So like I said, you messing with that man's friend, girl. You playing with fire. You have no idea who James is. But then again, James may end up going back to prison. So Melissa lucky that it worked out because it could have been worse, and they still could come back and get her later on. So like I said, if she don't care about her freedom and she don't care about her life and she keep doing this stuff for J-Mo, then honey, you need to go ahead and leave her where she at. Because at the end of the day, he bought her a car and all this other stuff. If she really was done with J-Mo, she would tell her mama to cut him off. If not, I would be cutting them off. Because ain't no way in the world I'm going to keep having J-Mo in my life. And like I said, it just shows how she don't respect your man. Because the fact that she keeps saying that it's okay and that there's nothing to it, and you don't even care that your daughter going to prison, girl, what is wrong with you? The fact that you don't even care that your daughter might be going to jail because of a package, that's what I'm saying. Then you talking about let J-Mo come get it. So now I see what it is. You want him to start back, bringing that product back over there so you continue to make money. You missed the money. So like I said, the fact that your mama would not let you lead this man, the fact that you keep trying to help him, and he's with Ernestine, girl, let like Mike said, let Ernestine do it. She the one that's with him. Let her do it. Why in the world are you doing it? Lord have mercy. Neither one of these women gonna learn. They ain't gonna learn. So like I said, I won't be surprised if he asks Ernestine to do it next time, and this time she gonna end up going to jail. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, keep on playing Russian roulette. Keep on sitting up here thinking that there's no consequences and repercussions and karma. Laugh now, cry later. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, Mike, if you want to continue dealing with Melissa and continue going through all this nonsense, that is on you. And it is not amount of sex so good that's going to have me up here risking my life and going to jail. I'm losing money because of her. Ain't no way in the world. Cut your losses now before it get worse, before she really does get pregnant. And then you end up with a baby. So like I said, Mike, you can't change Melissa. And even though Melissa wants to do right, as long as she around that family, she ain't never going to do right. You will have to get away from her family, and that's just it on that. So, it is what it is. But as for Dom, girl, you sleeping with Rashad is not going to solve your problem. It ain't going to solve your problem at all. At the end of the day, like I said, Trey and Ernestine going to end up caught. And he going to end up right back with Melissa. Melissa going to end things with Mike, and Mike going to be with Sonny. That's it. Well, then again, if Dom and Rashad that come out, then I don't think Mike gonna want nothing to do with Dom after that, and he gonna be mad at Rashad because Rashad is messing with Dom. But like I said, I'm not surprised. But like I said, I wonder what's gonna happen with Kels. See, I was hoping Kels was gonna be the one to be in there when, she went through what she went through, but it was Rashad. So, like I said, Rashad really care about her. He's not gonna do it, but more than likely it's gonna happen. And like I said, Terry, the fact that he owned that building, he can bring Libby in there anytime he wants to. So I guess him and Libby can now be together at this point because, like I said, it's out in the open now. So ain't no point of trying to BS about it. So like I said, but if she end up going back to Terry, I hope she don't end up pregnant because you know she want a baby. It would be crazy if she end up pregnant and Rashad is dead. That is gonna be insane, and it ends up Terry not being the father. And that's gonna be crazy if that ends up happening like that. The fact that Rashad gonna have a baby with Dom, that. But then again, his mom and them will like it because his mom likes Dom. So like I said, do I think Rashad and Dom could potentially make a good couple? They could. They could make a cute couple. Cause like I said, Rashad has always been loyal to Dom, and he really cares about her. So yeah, I think they'd be a cute couple. But like I said, Glow. I don't know. Somehow I think Glow gonna find out though. But I think she gonna use it against Dom because I think she gonna end up sleeping with Terry herself. Cause now that it's out in the open, she can turn them right on in there and sleep with Terry, and call it a day. But we shall see. I digress. But as for it was something else I had sent Miss Brenda. I can't remember what it was, but it was some. The fact that was with Tony's girlfriend's mama and her aunt went over there. Girl, you gonna mess around and lose that boy because your mama and your aunt and what they telling you. See, that's what I'm saying. The fact that these women are raising these girls to be out here is insane. You're pretty much prostituting your child, and that's even more crazy. So at the end of the day, do I think that Brittany might be pregnant? Yes, I think Brittany's gonna end up pregnant. I think Tamar gonna be the daddy, and it's gonna be a mess and a half. And I don't think that Wayne is gonna be able to forgive Rolanda for the fact that her daughter is now pregnant by Tamar. That is going to be insane. I hope and pray she's not, but I think she's gonna end up pregnant. And she ain't gonna know who the baby daddy is, and that baby is gonna end up being Tamar's baby, but I don't think she gonna tell him. I think she gonna make him believe that other dude is the father, because the fact if it comes out that he is in fact the father of that child, being he's 18, boy, wait till his mama when Tamar's mama find out that boy has been messing with Rolanda's daughter. Ooh. And the fact that Shayla over there trying to get information from Anthony about the conversation with him and Chase, and the fact he said, I don't care about what Amber got going on. Dude, yes you do. You do care about the fact that Amber's over there being with Wayne. I promise you're going to go your butt right on over there and confront her about it and ask her why is she working with Wayne. Girl, man, bye. Go ahead on, Anthony. You lying. You lying to yourself and you lying to Shayla. Shayla, you already know the fact that that man is lying. And the fact you wait till she get over there and tell her mama. She gonna try to use a piece. She's like, what exactly you not telling me? That's why I said I can't wait for Candace to tell her about the fact that Anthony wanted her to help him make up with his wife. Man, it's gonna be crazy if Candace says, you know what, Amber, you and Amanda, it'd be crazy if Amanda said, you know what, we should go out there and meet Candace and going out there. Boy, and she running to Shayla. Boy, that would be hilarious. Yeah, go ahead and let Amber come to Jamaica, because that would be hilarious. All I know is I don't think that Brittany and Kelvin gonna last anyway. Because like I said, when it come out about the situation, I don't think it's gonna last because Brittany is too possessive. And I'm surprised Kelvin didn't bring up the fact about Dalen. See, I would have brought that up. You wait till Kelvin finds out about Dalen. That's when I said I think Amber and Kelvin gonna end up getting close. And I think he's gonna find out before it's too late that Dalen and Brittany are actually in a relationship. And wait till he find out, that's when he gonna end up messing with Amber. Cause like I said, you in a whole relationship with Dalen, but you don't want Kelvin messing with Amber. Okay. Lord, it's gonna be interesting to say the least, but I'm off to bed. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.